All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Los Angeles Chargers in tonight's video. This was one of the most intriguing teams in the National Football League. Jim Harbaugh makes his NFL return. You have one of the most, it's really weird actually. I'll just rant about this for a second. Justin Herbert's one of the most talented quarterbacks in the National Football League, right? The Chargers last season were a catastrophic nightmare, not to be rude. But Justin Herbert 2 years ago, they're coming off a 10-7 season, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The year before it, in his sophomore campaign, 38 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 9-8 record. Justin Herbert was quickly ascending to one of the most intriguing young quarterbacks in the National Football League. And in my opinion, he still is. It's just the Chargers last season went through a lot of dysfunctionality at the coaching position. So Jim Harbaugh returns to the NFL and he decides to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. And in the top 10 draft picks, the Chargers take Joe Alt. And people are really not concerned, but people are really questioning that move. And folks, take it from somebody who makes daily Las Vegas Raiders content. This Chargers team long-term is terrifying. I don't know what their future, or their present, I should say, will be for this upcoming season. 22-10 home victory over the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. You got a nice schedule. I will just say that the Chargers have a really nice schedule, and you've got Carolina this upcoming weekend. I don't know why this won't be a 10-win team. I really don't. All right. So welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Folks, I'll keep it a buck with you. This is my first Chargers video since April of 2023. I did not make a single Chargers video last season because I did not like the team, or I should say had nothing to really do with the personnel. It was more so the coaching staff. I just didn't really see the Los Angeles Chargers last year being a good team. Injuries, coaching dysfunctionality, you name it, it was a mess. It was a dumpster fire, right? This year's completely different. The Los Angeles Chargers actually have a culture. And, once again, I don't know what the future has in store. I have a hard time believing you've got a really good tackle in Joe Alt. You have a really good running back if he stays healthy in J.K. Dobbins. You have two phenomenal rushers in Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. You have young, intriguing weapons. I mean, like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't know why the Chargers won't win 10 games this upcoming season. But I will say, especially looking at the wide receiver room, I do think it will take one more draft and one more free agency run. But that's not the point, dude. 22-10 home victory against the Las Vegas Raiders. J.K. Dobbins was a man on an absolute mission. 135 yards on only 10 carries from J.K. This is his first season, obviously, with the Los Angeles Chargers. Folks, 6.5 yards per carry. As a team, 176 yards, right? This is Jim Harbaugh's bread and butter. It really is. I didn't have too many offensive concerns. Obviously, that wide receiver room is a little bit unproven. I would say it's the furthest thing from untalented, but I would say it's young, it's unproven. And he also inherited a defense that was just not good last season, right? Brandon Staley, that was just a dumpster fire of a situation. But Harbaugh's coming off a year where Michigan just won the college football championship. So it comes back to the NFL, and we knew this was a hyped team, and we knew maybe it wasn't going to be right away. Maybe it will take 2 or 3 years. I think year 2 is where you see domination from this team. The Chargers ran the ball 67% of the time on their 22 first downs this past Sunday. That's their highest rate in 20 games. It was a huge key cog that was missing from the offense last season because, folks, the Raiders have a really good defense. They are the best statistical scoring defense in the National Football League since last November, all right? So they have a good defense, and we'll get to Joel in just a second. But Justin Herbert, 17-26, 144 yards passing and a touchdown, and they got the win. And it really wasn't close in the fourth quarter. That's indicative to me of the Chargers' future. This was a very physical team. Now, the first half was dicey, 7-6, losing the game at halftime to the Raiders. You watch any first game of the season, unless it's maybe Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Friday Night Football. The primetime games were a little bit better as far as offensive efficiency goes. Folks, I'm telling you, go watch the other like 26 teams in the league in their first half. It was dicey. It was extreme. Gus Edwards combined for 12 yards rushing on only 8 carries. The defense was really big, though. They came up with 5 stops in 6 possessions, including that fumble. The Chargers had in the second half coaching halftime adjustments. 158 rushing yards in the second half alone. And it wasn't just there. The defense also came alive. You saw Joey Bosa, sack, forced fumble, best player on the field defensively for both teams out there. And you're going up against Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, a couple of studs on the Raiders defense. Khalil Mack also added 2 sacks. The Chargers held the Raiders to only 71 rushing yards on 22 attempts. This was a huge weakness last year. Like, we know what Justin Herbert can do. I don't care what weapons he has. I don't care what weapons he doesn't have. We know what Justin Herbert can do. But geez, man, that defense, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa especially, they were freaking superstar studs like we know they are. But it doesn't end just there. Joe Alt, brand new tackle out of Notre Dame, baby. Go Fighting Irish. I'm wearing that hat right now. Actually, I'm wearing a Bears hat. Alt allowed 1 pressure in 29 passing attempts. The film is even better. Pass protection, that was why he was the number 5 overall pick this past April. He won all of his pass blocking reps against Raiders' best defensive tackles in Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. All right, but it doesn't end just there. They had a really good draft. Ladd McConkey. According to PFF, Ladd earned the 5th highest grade among all NFL rookies in week 1. He had a 75.6 receiving grade that was 19th best among all NFL receivers in week 1 and the 2nd best amongst all rookie wideouts behind only Brian Thomas with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Folks, I do think the Chargers will win 10 games minimum this upcoming season. They have the potential to go even higher. I saw a lot. But more importantly, man, I saw culture finally brewing with this Los Angeles Chargers team. Jim Harbaugh is the dude. He is the head coach, and he is that dude. And we all know it, and we're all just kind of waiting for it to come to fruition, and it already has a week 1. So you got Carolina this upcoming weekend. Stay tuned. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Guys, if you want more Chargers videos, let me know down below. Like I said, we've only made 3 ever on this channel. The last one being April of 2023. Try and get this video to 100 likes. That would mean the world to me. Give me a final score prediction for this upcoming matchup against Carolina. Have a great weekend.